What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Show. This is interview 463 interviews I've done in 3.5 years. If you want to be a guest on the Iccy Show, I am booked until August, so inbox your girl and I'll let you know. My interviews are $50 an interview. We are international. We are waiting for NYCE By the Way to come on here. And again, this is interview 463 interviews I've done in 3.5 years. Salute to everyone that has gotten on the Iccy Show. Salute to everyone that has support the Iccy Show. Get your hot and cold cups of the Iccy Show for $5.99. And it says sit back and relax on the other side. Just a positive note. Cover, and even if you spill it a little, it has a spot so it drips in there instead of all over you. That's what I love about these for sure. So these are $5.99 plus shipping and handling. Also, I got the mason jars. Ooh, I'm breaking it. You can put tea, sugar, whatever you want. These are also $5.99. I have bigger sizes, they're a little bit more. I got the notebooks for $7.99 plus shipping and handling. The t-shirts, $23.99. For medium through extra large to 3X is $27.99 plus shipping and handling. Inbox your girl. The merch is in, baby. The merch is in. So, salute to everyone that celebrated 420. Give this artist a second to get on here. As soon as he gets on here, we will start this Iccy Show. What's up, Jay? Put the area code where you're tuning in from, the state, country, so I can keep track of where everyone is tuning in and supporting the Iccy Show. That's what I ask. Sometimes, like I'll be doing, I be doing, like raffles and stuff like that. That's the reason why I say to put the area codes. Also, June 2nd is the Iccy Show 4-year anniversary party. It is at your boy Custom Clothing Store. It's going to be off the chain. We have 50 tickets that went out. So salute to everyone that took part on there. Sorry, I'm just getting comfortable waiting for this artist to get on here. So what you guys getting into today? It looked like it was going to be nice, and now it's looking like it's going to rain out there. I hope everyone's having a great week. Staying positive. The kids are almost back to school in a couple more days. So enjoy the time with them. Life is too precious, too short. So we're just waiting for NYCE By the Way to get on here. So give them a second to get on here. Let me tell you the lineup while we're waiting, since I went over the merch and stuff. Tuesdays, every Tuesday I do Bible study 6 p.m. Eastern Time, children friendly. It's basically for the children, about 15-20 minutes. On Saturdays I do my cooking show. The time now is 11:30 a.m. So the time has changed to 11:30 a.m. Don't forget that on Saturdays. In the morning, waking up to my show. I appreciate everyone. Last week was a great turnout. But I didn't realize I was on there for almost 4 hours. So you guys got a lot of recipes from me. So, this interview is NYCE By the Way. Interview 463 interviews. On the 24th is Bugsy from Boston 617. On the 25th, Rap Star. He'll be in the building. On the 29th, Insane. That's the lineup for April. So it's a crazy lineup. Salute to everyone that's taken part on the Iccy Show. Check out yesterday 420 interview. It was off the chain. We were at the farm, the weed farm. I told you I got some important people that are going to be on the Iccy Show. It's very interesting because you never know who's going to be on here until that day comes. May, Rocket Loke on May 2nd. May 4th, Vega Dawn, Wu-Tang Management. On the 5th of May, Crip Dog. On the 7th, we have 2 shows going on. So at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Mr. Showbiz, DJ Big Body. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we got Ace Vargas. On the 8th, Shorty from Loot Squad. On the 11th, Maxwell from Nigeria. He's the one that makes the pictures look real. Have you seen it? He did a family one of me and my children. And it was dope because my daughter wasn't actually in that picture. And he actually posted her in there. You can't even tell. Dope work. The 16th, Chris. The 18th, Candy Solo Circle. The 22nd, Pack Money. 23rd, Nembed from Jamaica on the 27th. Reason 30th. General Ghost G Mafioso. So that's the lineup. It's crazy. It's off the chain. I'm waiting for him to accept it as soon as he. You gotta update your Facebook. It's saying you gotta update Derek. It's saying you gotta update it your Facebook to the new version. So that just takes a second if you can do that real quick, because otherwise it's not gonna work. Because that's what the error's coming on my side. It's saying it needs to be updated, but that only takes like 2 seconds. You hit the update, and then hope it is there's someone that can help you. So give them a second, guys. Give them a second. So what you guys getting into for this coming weekend? The Celtics are going crazy in Boston. Salute to them. I'm proud of them. Salute to everyone that went to the shows last night. There was a couple of big shows in Boston. So, let me see. Also, I'm selling, a necklace, a bracelet for a man. It's $350, brand new, never been worn. I bought it for my older son, but he doesn't like it. So I'm looking for anyone that wants to purchase it. It's $350. It's real silver, 22-inch Figaro necklace with the matching bracelet, all diamond cut, and then two charms. So if you guys know anyone that's interested, please send them my way. I lost my receipt, and I'll lose out on what's the word I want to say? I will lose out going back to jewelry store because I don't have the receipt, but they remember me. Let me just show you guys what it looks like real quick while we're waiting for the artist to upload. I got my leg. I need to be in these sweatpants. I'm not trying to be in these sweatpants anymore, but my leg is still really swelled. My dog ripped out 6 stitches the other night. And my doctor's on friggin' vacation. So this is what is $350. So people are like, that's a lot. Nah, this is actually real cheap. See, the tags are still on it. So this is a men's 22-inch Figaro diamond cut. And then here's the other bracelet. Link with me. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, welcome to the Iccy Showw. Nice by the way.
Oh my goodness. Let me set the camera up. Let me know if you can see me.
How you doing? Peace, peace.
I apologize for the delay. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'd rather at least we got you. That's all that counts. How you doing tonight?
Sure, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Never too late, right on time. How are you?
Good, good. Healing, taking one day at a time. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I'm sending you so much strength and so many prayers.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely, definitely. So this is Nice by the Way. Salute to Kaz Berries. He actually referred me to you. And I'm thankful to have you upon my show. And how did you start to get into the music industry?
Oh well, first and foremost, I wanna just thank you for allowing me to be here. I've been following everything that you're doing and everybody that you highlighted, and it's just we need a soul like you, Jackie. So I just want to thank you and just tell you I love you for everything that you do.
Thank
Um,
you. I
and as
appreciate
far as music goes, I've been inducted into music just my whole life. I was I was born with retinoblastoma, which is pretty much eye cancer, and I was from 2 months old. And my auntie had me in the church choir from age 3. So I guess that would be the beginning. You know, that would be. I guess that's where the journey started.
Now, does it? being blind, has that put a damper on some things in your career that you feel like?
No, no. I think it heightens a lot. It forces me to have to attack things a bit differently, of course, but it gives me a elevated advantage. Like I mix and master all my music. I produce, I engineer other records as well, and I know from experience, from being in dozens of studios, that other ears aren't tuned into the same frequencies as me because my ears are literally my eyes, right? My ears are everything that I have, and I depend upon them every day. So someone else who's mixing with their eyes could never, match that ability or match that power. So that's something that's just one of the many talents and many of the benefits that I feel like I have, being blind.
That's amazing. Definitely. That's awesome. I love to hear all that positive, especially, um, people like in your situation. My producer, he's in a wheelchair. So he
Mm.
got judged all his life. And no one wanted to become his manager. So I picked him up as an artist, and I've been managing him for 4 years. Actually, excuse me, I'm sorry, 3 years. And he has a great talent. And I love it because, you a lot of people, now that weren't giving him an opportunity, now they see what he's doing, and it's amazing. It's a great feeling, as an artist, as yourself, and a producer, to accomplish things in this industry. This industry is very rough. Have you done a tour yet on yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I did a East Coast tour. We hit New York, we hit Jersey, I hit PA, I hit Maryland. So we're actually gearing up. I'm releasing a project next month called ATM, which is abbreviation for at the moment, where I mixed and mastered all right here in this room. And I'm gonna hit a West Coast tour. I'm gonna hit North Carolina. We got the Raleigh Convention Center in July. So it's a bunch of big things happening right now.
Yeah, that's amazing. Salute, salute. Wait a minute. First off, I just heard East Coast. I didn't hear Boston in that East
I know
Coast.
I don't have no Boston dates. I don't got no
Oh,
Boston dates, so I gotta lock something in.
okay, okay. Well, if you ever come to Boston, link with me. I could take you to my people's t-shirt spot, and you
For
could
sure.
do a little performance there, something like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah, I'll hit you. I'll hit you soon as this is over, actually, because I need Boston. I wanna go up there. I have family in Boston.
Oh, okay, okay. What part of Boston do you know where they at?
Where's Auntie at? I don't want to get it wrong. Where's she? That's my auntie too. I don't.
You better just say you forgot so you don't get it going.
I know she gonna kill me. She watching this. Me and her got a beef right now because it's Brooklyn versus Boston in the playoffs. So she gonna text me right after this. They up 2-0 on my guys.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I was just saying, Celtics is doing wonderful too.
Yeah,
Uh,
they are. Tatum is balling for them boys.
yes, definitely, definitely. Where do you see yourself in a year in this industry? Do you see yourself being a manager to other artists? Do you see yourself where do you see yourself?
Expanding the AYE brand, which is Amazing Young Entertainers. So for me, I wear many hats. I'm an artist, I'm an engineer, I'm a producer, and also I have I don't like to call it a label, but it's a label. It's AYE, and it's just a collaborative of just young individuals who have so many creative talents. We have DJs, we have graphic designers, we have photographers, we have artists, we have videographers. So we just have a multitude of people who do a lot of the behind the scenes work, and they bring the vision to light. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only so much I could do, and it's just it's important that I get my vision out there to the world, the way I see it. Because I always say God took my eyes, but He gave me vision. So everything that's happening, I see it already. I've seen it in my mind already. So now it's just getting the world to see it.
That's amazing. Definitely. I love all that positive um outcome coming out of you, and you have your own team. That's hard to build, and salute to you. Hats off to you doing your thing
Oh
over
yeah, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of hard nights. But God is good, and I feel like when you give out great things, the karma owes that to you. The universe definitely put you where you need to be.
Definitely, I salute that 1,000%. And God is great, awesome. I mean, God is amazing. And everyone that survived the corona, I keep telling them, this is our second chance of life. A lot of people don't understand that. They're still, how do you say, they're not taking it serious, like how they should be. How do you feel? Has the corona affected you in any way during these last 2 years?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Everybody in my family has been hit with corona. I mean, down to my children, my mom, everybody except me. So it directly hit me. I lost people by it as well. You
Oh,
know,
I'm sorry.
it it really was it was eye opening because it really showed you how fragile life was, right? It didn't
Yes,
matter where you were financially, it didn't matter where you were socially, it didn't matter where you were as far as status wise. We all were affected by corona, by the pandemic in its entirety. So I feel like it's if you made it through, you have the resiliency, and God only puts his strongest soldiers to battle, and that's why we're here. We're still in the battle, and that's why you're still here and you're so strong because you're one of his strongest soldiers.
thank you. I appreciate you, and you too, definitely. Did you get the shot by any chance or no?
I did. My mama, she strangled me to get it, and my mama, she used her love against me. She know how much I love her. Miss shout out Miss Ronnie.
Shout out
She
to mama. Shout
shout
out
out.
to your mama.
Yeah, she made me get it. I was like probably the last one in the family to get it. I got kicked out the group chat. I got ridiculed, everything. But I got it, and it ultimately it came down to for my safety and for my children as well. And I was doing a lot of traveling at the time. I was trying to expand my brand and trying to network as much as I can. So it was like you got to do what you got to do.
Definitely, definitely. How old are your children? Are they young or?
Yeah, I have three. My oldest is 9. And my daughter's 9, my son is 2, and then I have a youngest daughter who's 1. So I got a nice mix of young and
Wow,
old.
wow, you got like Irish twins over there, the one and the two. Good luck to you when they hit the fours.
You know it. Those guys. Shout out Carter, shout out Nelly. I love my babies.
Salute to your children. They're the future. Everyone, all children are the future. I always say that it's important to set good role models for our children because we didn't have teachers. We had to learn and go as we grew up. And that's what I keep telling everyone, um, give your kids hugs, give them a lot of love. If you don't see them all the time, when you do see them, make it all about them, put the phone down so they feel special because I feel like technology is taking all over this generation. I call it the millennials,
No,
millions of millennials. So it's a tongue twister. And I feel like they're the ones that had to suffer. They got some of their their child life taken away by not having birthday parties, not being able to go to friends' houses, not being able to have sleepovers. And these children, life's too short. When we grew up, we were like, "Oh, I want to be adult." And then when we become an adult, we're like, "Wow, our childhood went so fast." But imagine these children, what they're going through, and especially you got some young ones. That must have been hard keeping the masks on them during these couple years.
oh yeah, extremely. You just keep them in the house. That's all.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
keep. But yeah, absolutely, I agree 1000%. Social media is absolutely robbing people of moments, and it's crazy because that leads into my debut project that's coming probably in the summer. But the title is Memories versus Dreams, and it tackles that exact point. Like the moments that we have and that we spend with each other are memories. Those are the lasting moments that we have, and sometimes we put our dreams over those. We put our
Right.
career, we put our Instagram, we put our LinkedIn, we put our emails, we put our phone, we put whatever it is over our memories. And that project is something that I'm taking my time with, and that's my everything right now. I got a couple more projects before that, but it's just crazy that you tacked on that because that's literally I was working on the intro right before I got on here, and that's literally what I was talking about. The intro is memories versus dreams. So
Oh, that's amazing. Definitely, definitely. So salute to you. How many tracks are gonna be on there?
14.
Ooh, that's a good.
Yeah, that has a significance as well. My lucky number is 7. You know what I'm saying? And then 9, 2, and 1 is 12, and 2 is my mom's birthday, so that's 14. The 9, 2, and 1 is my kid's age, and then 2 is the month of my mom's birth, which is February.
That's
So,
dope. That's
yeah,
deep. That's real deep.
yeah, no, it's crazy. Chronologically,
If you didn't become an artist, where would you have gone in your life?
that's a great question. I'm not sure. I mean, I would do what God would intend me to do. I feel like I was placed here because I didn't have vision. I feel like if I had my vision, I'll be playing basketball because that's my second love. If you scroll through my videos, you'll see me playing basketball. I'm able to dunk a basketball. So, um, if I had vision, I probably would be playing basketball. But if I didn't have vision, if I was blind like uh, people texting me going crazy. But if I was blind, I'm not sure because music is my calling. I really can't see myself doing anything else. Maybe sports broadcasting, maybe, maybe. But I mean, music is literally my life, and I'm inducted into it forever.
That's good. My son is basketball fanatic. He's really into it.
What's his
It's
team? Of
the Celtics.
course.
Yes, of course. But
Cool.
honestly, it's crazy because when he was a baby, we used to have like a the Fisher Price basketball net over his crib, and he
Oh yeah,
would be like 6 months holding on with one hand, can't even stand up with the ball in one hand, and then like holding like being like a monkey holding the net with his other hand and slam dunking it, and it's crazy. I got so many videos of it, and it's amazing to see what they know at that age. I believe like in Baby Genius, that movie, exactly like they baby talk to one another and things like that. It's because kids are phenomenal and they're so smart. Like we think that
absolutely.
they don't know, but they know what we know.
They they know everything. They just can't communicate it. My son, he the ball is in his hands all the time. He loves basketball. I got him the arcade style basketball hoop on the door so he can go and shoot. And every time he see me, he's like, "Daddy, ball!" So it's great to see. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna go to the league because we're gonna make sure he gets there.
Yes, that's my son's about to play football in 1 week, and I'm nervous because I played football and I got a concussion when I got a real bad concussion when I was younger. But he wants to do it, so this is his first time being on a team. He's on the league what Snoop Dogg teaches, uh or NFL. I think it is NFL, but it's for the juniors. So
Oh yeah, yeah, dope, dope, dope.
yes, yes. So I'm excited they accepted him, and I'm nervous but excited at the same time. Being a parent, I gotta let him go, but he's only 11. He'll be 12 this year, but it's still he's my baby boy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely,
everyone think you baby him too much, but he's my last baby left. So it's like I want to make sure he can fly his wings perfectly, without any distraction. No
absolutely.
negative.
Absolutely, that's beautiful. Well, God got it, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna dominate. What position does he play?
I don't know yet. I'll know when he goes to the game what he's gonna be playing. Um,
Okay.
I think your screen is frozen.
Oh, my screen. Let me see.
Yeah, because it got you locked in one position, but I just wanted
Let me
to.
see. Can you
There you go. Now,
see that? Good?
yeah, I can hear you. Yes,
All right.
yes. I just didn't want it to be frozen.
Yeah, no,
So.
I would have been stuck like that all goddamn interview.
so, so, what is the best advice you've been given during your career?
Follow your heart. Your instincts will never lie to you. In this industry, there's gonna be a lot of people that promise you things. There's gonna be a lot of people that tell you that they're gonna do a lot for you, or tell you that they know a lot of people, and try to shift your energy. But you have to follow your heart, and you have to bring as much value as you can. You have to be an asset and not a liability. Like
Yes,
that's always put an emphasis on the fact that I mix, I master, I produce, I do everything myself. I engineered at Quad Studios for a little while. So for me, it's imperative that anytime I step in any room, that I let them know, don't think just because that I'm blind that I need anything. Like, I'm gonna walk out of this room the same way I walked in this room. And that's what that's what I instill into my kids. That's what I tell the little homies. That's what I tell the gang. That's what I tell my family, because that's the knowledge that I wasn't really given that by the loved ones. I kind of just learned that.
Right,
Nobody sat me down. That was kind of just something that I learned.
right. That's amazing. Definitely. Are you looking for a manager, or are you pretty much all set?
We could talk. We could talk for sure. If the right situation presents itself, definitely.
All right, all right. Um, how many songs you think you have out there altogether?
Out right now, well, I'm doing a whole rebrand, so I have a bunch of features. Like, I'm on my bro Jay Dollars' project. I'm on shout out Issa. I'm on his project. I did a record with Faith Blue. Shout out her. I'm on her project. My bro Eli, I'm on his project. Shout out Three Lie Taylor. So I'm on a bunch of different projects. I got the We Made It project with my bro Jay Dollars. That's a full EP. So I have a bunch of records out, but as far as in my laptop right here, I probably have over 100 records. So I have a lot of music coming. I'm dropping a new record tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then my first project, like I said, well, my not my first, I guess, my first independent project, because I have a bunch of collaborative projects out there. I'm getting some too as well. So shout out to everybody that I'm forgetting. Come on, y'all can't expect me to remember everybody. But at the moment it's dropping in May. So definitely stay tuned. That's ATM. It's gonna be an EP, 6 songs. And it's Jackie. That's a really, really, really important project for me right now. So I'm really excited for that.
And you said it's dropping in May, right? May this year.
Next month for sure, early May. We're looking at maybe the 14th.
Okay, okay. So around Mother's Day, that's dope.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I got a song on there dedicated to my mom too.
Oh, so that's perfect to come up right there and around the Mother's Day, and then it's your project. That's gonna you're probably gonna bring tears to your mom.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I've
that's
I've been playing it. I ain't want to turn it up too loud because I don't want her to hear it yet. So I got a whole serenation that we gonna do for her on Mother's Day, and we gonna play it for her. So it's gonna be big.
oh, that's nice. That salute to your queen, your mom.
That's my girl.
If there's one feature you could do with somebody around the world, could be in the industry or not in the industry, who would you pick?
Billie Eilish. I love Billie Eilish. I actually ran into one of her managers one time at a studio. They were like on their way out. My team had ran into their team, but we never really got to talk or anything. But her voice is so beautiful, and just I'm actually working on a sample with her voice, but just the texture and the tonality of her voice. I always say that. That's just the first the first one that comes to me, because she's amazing. But there's so many people that I want to work with, so many producers, so many singers, so many just percussionists, just so many different people. I mean, the thing about music is it's unlimited. Like, there's everybody, somebody. I engineer too, so I mix a lot of other different people, different genres, different genres, and like I was working on a Latin record the other day, and just the different type of style and how they record, and down to the positioning of the mic, the small things that they do. It really just taught me a lot, so it opens up my mind.
Yes, that's amazing, definitely. Do you think it's easier to mix down a female's voice or a male's voice?
Female, hands down. Oh my goodness. And it's fun. Just I love melodies. I love melodies. I love different cadences. I love adding different harmonies and chord progressions. Getting crazy with reverbs and modulations and different echoes, and I go into my bag. You know what I'm saying? That's the fun part for me when I'm mixing. It's fun doing rap stuff. That's cool. Mixing rappers, that's fun and stuff. But females, yeah, I'm locked in. That's when I go in. I close the door and say, "Don't bother me for 10 hours."
That's amazing, definitely. And you mentioned a studio that you used to work with in New York. How was it working there?
Oh, it was dope. It was dope going there and just meeting so many different people and working with people with all different walks of lives and bringing some of my homies with me and it was cool. I didn't do it for as long as I intended to because I building my own studio and building my own clientele, but the experience that I gained, was priceless and it was definitely a chapter of my life that was well needed.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's amazing because a lot of people, a lot of artists want to get in there, but to them, it's expensive or, there's always something that holds them back to get in there. But I know some people from Boston, they went out there about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Shout out to 211 Wall Street. They recorded in that studio. So that was amazing from Boston to there.
Yeah.
Um, did you ever meet Tupac?
No, 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 no. I'm not that old. I'm only 26.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I'm only
I'll be 44 this year, so I
oh
never got.
yeah, no, I'm 26. So Pac, I was one when Pac died, but
Oh wow, yeah.
you know, energy definitely is still there, still present. Like that's just, that the whole Quad Studios is just legendary for the city.
Yes, you're not the only one that says that. His energy's still in there. My peoples were there, and they're like, "Yo, Pac's still here, no matter what." So that's
Oh,
crazy.
oh yeah, even as soon as you walk in and you walk to the elevators, you like, God damn, this where Pac got shot. Then you go upstairs and his pictures is on the wall. And, like yeah, it's home. It's
Yes,
Pac.
yeah, yeah, it's great. That's amazing feeling. In this industry, definitely. If there is one artist that you could manage or only work with, who would it be?
Young or old? Do I have any criterias?
No, it doesn't matter. It's what you would like.
Manage. Janae Aiko.
She from New York?
No, she's from LA, but
Oh,
she's an amazing singer. Like I've been following her for her whole career. I actually caught one of her early shows, probably like 2012. This is before she was like big, but she was still doing like little college tours and we
okay.
pulled up shows, but she's just a beautiful singer. She's extremely talented. She's huge on energy in the universe and she smells amazing. So yeah, she's dope. Shout out Janae.
Definitely, definitely. Um, where can they purchase your merchandise?
So we about to drop the Nice Life store brand. So everybody stay tuned. Follow my Instagram, Nice by the Way. Um, so it's gonna be we're gonna be releasing that soon with the project, the ATM. So we're gonna have exclusive merch dropping with the project, and we're gonna have some summer exclusive sales as well. So definitely stay tuned. I'm gonna keep everybody updated on everything we got dropping.
Definitely, definitely. Keep me updated too.
For sure.
I would like to.
You're gonna get an exclusive pack, definitely.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I will wear it on the show, promote it. You know that.
Absolutely, for sure.
Are you gonna have kids wear in there, or is it just gonna be
Of
strictly?
course. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm actually I'm working with my princess now. Shout out Pretty, and she's gonna do an exclusive line for kids. So she's just gonna whatever design she likes, that's what we're gonna rock with. That's gonna take a little bit of time because we're gonna perfect it and make sure it's right. But yeah, we absolutely gonna have kids wear. Everything that we do is kid for the kids and for the youth. I'm putting together a kids tour as well, so we hitting all middle schools. We're going to Raleigh. We're gonna do DC. We're gonna do definitely New York, of course. We're doing Pennsylvania. We're doing Delaware. We're going to Georgia. So we have a full slate of middle school. So we're gonna start that in September.
Okay,
That's
okay.
around fall. We're gonna do our middle school store right when school starts back up.
That's amazing. I feel like, you would be a great mentor for the children. I keep on saying that we need to reach out to these children. I mean, these kids are joining gangs younger and younger, around 11 and 12, which is way too young. And, they're doing a lot of dirty work. And, we got to make that change because, these children, you don't want to see a child locked, go to jail for their almost all their life. When they come out, their mentality is gonna be like a young child. So we
Absolutely.
gotta make that change. That's important. So I salute to you what you're doing. I feel that that's all positive and it's a great vibe. Especially, hitting the kids in the school. Not hitting them physically, but hitting up the schools to do that. That's major in its positive vibes to the kids, what they need. That's very important. That's what I tell people when you do this music industry. Try not to have a song that cusses, because when you go to perform, they're not going to let you perform that, and you'll get turned down. And artists get in the feelings. Why did my music's fire? But they're not looking for the cussing. They're looking for positive notes. They're looking for a positive message for the children. Not about killing, not about raping, not about stealing. Set the vibe in a different route. Talk about cars, fancy cars. Talk about um, the corona, how it affected them. You can make it a rhyme in any direction.
Absolutely, 1000%. And for me, I have too many close friends that I've been victim to gun violence or been locked up, and because they grew up in broken homes, or they didn't have a father, or so it was pivotal for me to as soon as I got any recognition or any notoriety, that the kids was the first. And and more so because my dad, I didn't have my dad, you know what I'm saying? So it was a no-brainer, not only for me to be there for mine, but for others as well, and to tap on into the kids. My cousin right now is laid up. He got hit like 2 weeks ago. He got shot 3 times. Shout out my guy Oaf Mula, my cousin. That's my man.
Oh my
Ish, get soon. We praying for you. We riding for you. You know what I'm
God.
saying? The wrong place, wrong time. Him being in the hood, and he got a fire project out right now. Everybody go tap into Oaf Mula Resilience. You know what I'm saying? He got Resilience 1 and Resilience 2 he just dropped. And he just was literally on his way home, and wrong place, wrong time, and he got hit, and now his life has changed forever. So we have to save our kids. We have to touch these kids, and we have to let them know that there is a better way. There's a better way for you to get a nice car. There's a better way for you to get a chain. They see a lot of times they see a chain and they see money and they see a watch, and they see the streets and they feel like that's the only way to get it, but that's wrong. And that's where
Right.
I'm you, and I bridge that gap because I'm around all of that. I'm totally blind and I'm traveling and I'm being around all of these guys and they looking at me like, yo, nice. You inspire me. You make me want to be better. You could sit here with us. You could smoke with us. You could talk to us and you could tap in with us. But you're nothing street. You're nothing like this. My homie told me he was amazing the other day, and I said, amazing. Your biggest word was AR. That's a joke I always use, but I told him like, yo, like you're bigger than this. You don't have to be stuck and confined to the trap and stuck and confined to your environment. You're smarter than that. And that's just the message that I want to give to these kids.
That's amazing, definitely. Especially I feel like, the drill music, it's more negative. I'm not for the drill music. It sounds all the same, but I feel like it's mainly all about killing in the lines. And we need to bring back the 80s, the 90s, music, like Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang's music never dies out. And it's
Right.
always a message coming through the music. And that's
Absolutely.
important, because these children, like you say, they see the nice clothes, they see the fancy jewelry, they see, stuff that they want. And, unfortunately, they do hit the streets young, and do join the gangs. And, it's sad because a lot of these families are getting ripped apart. And the last 2 years, when Corona hit, a lot of families broke up. And broken families, now we got to worry about them. I never had my real father when I grew up. I had a stepdad, but not a real father. And
Right.
I can understand and relate to how they feel, especially around Father's Day. I always sit there and I'd be like, I wonder where my father is. I wonder what he's doing. Like, I'd be thinking, you know what I'm saying? And up to this day, I never met my real father, so I don't know the answers. And I wish I had more answers, because my kids be asking me about, um my dad, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad because I'll be 44 and I probably will never know anything about my real father. I tried to look, I tried to do research. I had a private investigator, couldn't find nothing.
Wow.
So it's sad because, and that's why I feel like, when I go to different hoods or different, I'm always the one, they call me a godmother. And it's because I'm always over there preaching, if someone's going to do something bad, I'll be like, don't do that. Think about that's someone's mom. That's someone, I sit there and I preach to them. So that's why they call me the godmother, because they'll be like, oh, here she goes again. Here she's going to start talking. But I'm just speaking the facts. I don't want to see people locked up. I don't want to see, it's bad enough. You live in New York, right?
Yeah, I'm from South Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, okay. That's where I got my award last September. I got an award in Jamaica, Queens, New York,
Oh yeah.
at the Hall of Fame with DBN Radio.
Oh, okay, dope, dope. Shout out to you.
Excuse me, DTF Radio. DBN is when I was on the television, so I apologize.
Nah, that's dope. Hell yeah. I wish I would. I wish I would have been tapped in. I would have definitely came through and supported.
Yes, I wish. Now I know that you're out there. I definitely will keep you
Um,
updated. So, um, you know, are the shows opening out there, or are they keeping it still pretty much
yeah,
closed?
yeah. Shows is back opening. Festivals is opening. I'm actually trying to get something set up for World Wilkins Park, which is not too far from my crib. That's a park out here. You know, they do a big festival in July. So yeah, they're starting to slowly open things back up. They got a couple restrictions, of course, but there's definitely shows back booming. So if you're an artist, hit your booking, hit your manager, let them know, hey, let's line it up.
Yes, yes. Let them know where they can find you. All your social medias.
Instagram, nice by the way, NYCEBYTHEWAY, all one word. Facebook, you could find my fan page and apostrophe YCE. Um, And stay tuned. Nice Life, AYE is the movement, is the brand. Shout out my guy Walk Down. Shout out AYE Eddie, AYE Tay. Shout out my kids. I want to thank you, Miss Jackie, again, and salute to you for everything that you're doing. We need so pivotal right now. And in this industry, there's not too many culture shifters like you who can combine so many different facets and personalities all in one. That's why this show is so pivotal and so important. And I want to continue to big it up and support it in any way. And hopefully, I could come back on soon when the project drops next month and show you some love.
Yes, definitely, definitely. You're welcome anytime to come on my show. Just inbox me. I'll get you in. Definitely. Do you see yourself becoming an actor in anything?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a bunch. I have a whole web series written already. So we're gonna shoot that soon. I just have so much going on. I'm also working on my book as well. So once we start, getting some of these things out to the public and letting them do their thing, then we'll start going in and really going crazy.
Okay, okay. Are you looking for a book author by any chance?
Yeah, do you do illustrations?
No, I actually know someone because I'm coming up with a cookbook next year. I'm gonna send you her name. Her name is Angela Edwards.
Please,
She
please do.
she's big. She's huge, and her prices are the cheapest around. My friend actually has a couple of books that she wrote for her, and they're beautiful, really beautiful. She actually sent me one of her books. She was abused for many years, and the bathroom was her savior. So she wrote about it, and she'll be on the Iccy Show October 1st because that's when you've been physically abused that month. So her interview is pushed out till October 1st, but I read her book. She sent it to me. And I'm telling you, that woman is a soldier survivor. God bless her. There's a lot of females and males that do get abused out there. And,
Abs-
don't put up with it. Life is too short. You shouldn't be, your body's a temple. You should not be getting abused. And this lady went through hell and hell water, and God bless, she's still here. And I'm gonna send you her information, but let her know I sent you. Jackie Brown sent you, and she'll hook you up. She'll give you the
Please,
best.
definitely, definitely, yeah, and absolutely, I second that. Anybody, male or female, going through physical or emotional abuse, absolutely get out of there right now. You are worth more than that. Life is too short. Life is too fragile. And life is a series of moments, and that's all we have. So make everyone count like it's your last. You know,
Yes.
if you die tomorrow, you don't want to spend your last night from a nosebleed from a hand that don't love you. You know that's me.
Yes, yes. I know what you're talking about. I was physically abused for almost a year, really bad. Real I used to get punched in the head. I used to get slammed against the window. My head got smashed on the windshield, broken. Um I was really going through I was young and dumb. That's what I say because I was scared to get out, but he was also like a stalker showing up to school. It was a crazy, crazy relationship, and I'm so thankful God got me out of that. I used to pray and cry to God every single day to help me get away from him. Um, and I finally really got away. I moved away so he couldn't find where I was, but I put my mom through hell and hell water through that relationship because, she knew something was wrong, but she didn't know what was actually wrong with me.
Right.
Until one day, he was driving and he pushed me out of the car when the car was driving. Like he almost tried to get me killed.
What the?
Uh, so that's why I can relate to a lot of abuse relationships. I usually am good on if someone's being abused and they're hiding it because I hid mine a lot. I had bruises on me. I would put lots of clothes on me so my mom wouldn't see me because I was still living at her house. And I feel bad I put my mom through all that torture. And like you said, don't be in it. You got to get out. Too many, life's too short, and it just takes that one hit, and that could be your last hit, and you'll be left there for days, and people won't even know you're dead wherever they drop you.
Exactly.
And there's
Exactly.
my friend daughter is missing out of New York. I shared it on my page. If anyone, please take a look at her. She's been missing since I think April 13th. She's only 12 years old. Beautiful young lady. She is missing from New York. So please take a look on my page if you see her or keep an eye out. Please, the family's waiting for her to come home.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely send me her information because my brother, shout out my brother Prince. That's his whole thing. He works exclusively with Citizens app, and
Oh,
he's found a whole bunch of missing kids. So please, definitely, I'll look and make sure I share it and send it to him immediately. And
okay.
because he has a team that's on the ground right
Oh,
now, that's what they do.
awesome, awesome. That's good to know. Anytime that someone's missing, I will send you. I get a lot of people that reach out to me. They never requested me, but they heard of my show and they always ask me, can you please help us look? And there's a little girl that's been missing from New Hampshire, real young. And she's still missing. A couple months ago, they had her a candlelight. It's been, I think, 1 year that she's been missing, and she's
Wow.
blonde, little girl, I think 7, 8 years old, blue eyes, blonde hair, and I just don't understand. I mean, I understand for teenagers, they start to date, things like that. They start to get, mistress. But the young ones, I don't understand how these young ones disappear and not a trace or nothing, especially with the technology we have now.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Really, it just decapitates me. I mean, I have three children, like I mentioned, so. I don't play with shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that, it just hits a soft spot for me. And that's why it's so beautiful what my brother's doing, you know what I'm saying? Because our kids are the future. We gotta protect them. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
would love to interview your brother. I would love to
Yeah,
interview.
I'm gonna send you his information. Prince Map is his name on Facebook, but I'll send you his info. You definitely need to get him on the show. He was arrested for 18 years. He came home. He got his degree. You know what I'm saying? He works exclusively for Citizens App. He was a part of the development process. He speaks in at dozens of halls and schools around the community. He got me a exclusive partnership with Nick Cannon, so he's doing huge, like huge, huge things. Shout out Prince. Shout out my guy. What's up,
Yeah,
boy?
Salute, definitely. How was that to get with Nick Cannon?
What'd you say?
How was that to get with Nick Cannon to do
Oh yeah, that was dope. Shout out to the whole life camp. Shout out Prince Week. Shout out he had a he was doing an event with Radio Shack, and he was releasing his incredible headphone line at the time.
Okay.
Um, so I did the theme song for it, which was incredible. I had an interview on Double XL. We all went out to Radio Shack. He gave all the kids damn near Harlem free headphones. You know, we put on a nice little show. Life Camp was out there. My brother Prince was out there. We took dozens of pictures. Zendaya was there. Um, so it was dope. It was extremely dope.
I love that. I love that. I was actually just looking on one of the reels. I don't know if you've seen it. I just seen it before I came on the show with you. And I think it's Drake, but I'm not 100% sure. He went to Checkers, fast food restaurant, to the drive-through, and he said, "How much do you make an hour?" And the guy said $11 an hour. He goes, "How many people working?" And there was five people working. And then he said, "Have them all come to the window." And they all came to the window. He asked them all how much they're making an hour, and then I think he gave them $1,000 each one. Just passed them $1,000 to. There was only five workers, and if people can do that, like if you have the money or if you can make a change in someone's life, you know, try to do it. Don't be selfish. I know people want to pop bottles, and the money that you're spending on that. Imagine how many people you can help by the homeless by buying, a couple of loaves of bread, put some brown bag sandwiches together. They love that. I've done that several times. I brought my son with me to Boston 2 years ago, right before Corona started, or right, it was during Corona, because we had masks then. And I was actually so nervous because I had my whole car filled with all food to donate. But I was nervous because, here I am bringing my son to people that are homeless or not fortunate enough to have food. But, it's a good feeling. And I want my son to be, knowing it's okay to do it. We just got to be tough and know God's on our side. And thank God we stayed healthy. But we had a lot of people. Shout out to BMG boys. Shout out to um their manager. Oh dang, my mind is Supreme. Shout out to Supreme, their manager. I'm sorry, I got so many things in my head. He does a lot for Boston, and I feel like he should get an award because he does a lot of community. During the pandemic, he was feeding all the nurses lunches and great lunches, and I'm like, wow, for them to do that is amazing. I did something similar to that. I gave a whole bunch of cases of water. I think 5 cases of water to a local artist, and he was doing abuse. There was abuse walk or something for abuse people, and each bottle of water was going to have a victim of abuse on the water. So I think I came up with it was 40 bottles in each thing, and I had 5 cases, and each bottle had a different picture of someone that's been abused, and it was a good feeling knowing just buying, what $40 worth of water or something like that, that is going to go for a good cause, that some of them didn't make it from abuse and some did make it. And it's a great feeling when we do community work. And if you guys can make a change by just doing something simple. I've done the brown bag lunches. My son helped me pass them around, and those people are so thankful. And I've cried several times to see how someone is so thankful for something so little.
Absolutely, absolutely. Next month we're actually doing we're going out and we're gonna buy like 10 boxes of pizzas, and we're just gonna go give them out, to the homeless, you know what I'm saying, and just get all different kinds and just, give them out. And we do the waters as well. We've done the waters before. We've done the give backs to the schools as well. So that's definitely something that I love doing and I enjoy doing. And then I have my Open Your Eyes Foundation that I'm starting, which is gonna just speak to all cancer survivors. Um, Anybody who had their vision took from them, and not vision as far as your eyes, but vision as far as your purpose. You know, anytime anybody with lung cancer, leukemia, lupus, you know, any type of anything, and we're just gonna, you know, go back and give them the courage, the strength, the knowledge, and the guidance that they need. You know, because I'm a cancer survivor, and my son is as well.
Oh wow, wow, wow,
Yeah,
amazing.
my son was diagnosed with the same thing I was, but they was able to save his vision. So now he'll be, you know, he's able to drive. You know, he'll be able to fly a plane if he wanted to. Technology is so advanced. He literally went to the same doctor I went to, you know, same everything, but technology and God just is, God again is just the almighty God he is. He made it a way to save my son's vision. So now he doesn't have to go through the trials and tribulations that I did.
Oh, amen to that. Amen. Definitely.
And amen 3 times for sure.
Definitely, definitely. God bless. That's amazing. So, is that contagious? Like, if you were to have more kids, do they have a high risk of possibly getting that disease?
No, not really. The doctor said it was like a 1 in 96% chance. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like I said, my other 2 children are fine, perfect vision, you know, healthy, you know, beautiful eyes, you know, but it just so happened that my boy got it, and we can't even tell. He's just so beautiful. His eyes are so beautiful. He plays so normal. You know, we couldn't even tell. But fortunately, we went to the doctor, and when we did, you know, they was able to detect that he had what I had. So,
Well, I'm glad they caught it on time, and God
um,
bless the time
oh,
that you.
thank God.
Yes, amen. God is great. I'm telling you. Um, I feel like we go through a lot of, like, I have a lot of medical problems recently, and I feel like, we go through a lot of, the turmoils, so our children don't have to suffer. I feel like, some things that we go through that are, is very powerful, but and destructive. But I feel like God has us go through them instead of our children, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, I agree.
That's amazing, definitely. So, do you have to do chemo, or did you have to do chemo?
Yeah, I did as a kid. Not no more. I'm in remission now, so I don't have no treatments or.
Amen, amen, amen.
Yeah. I'm 23 years in remission now, so.
Oh, awesome. God is great, definitely. I have a friend right now. His cancer's really bad. Um, he has cancer in his lungs. He had it in his brain. Um,
Goodness.
I forget where else he had it, and he's still going chemo and stuff. And people don't realize chemo really puts a harden on your body. And if you know someone that's going through them, check on them, because it's important, because they still need that love, they still need that caring, especially imagine they're hooked up to all these tubes, and that medicine is very powerful.
Yeah, for, and it
Yeah,
does mental.
right, right. you know a lot of people don't check on the elderly anymore. There's been a couple times, I reached out to a couple elderly last year on my show. I was on, just walking around and talking to people outside just to get their vibe, because it was right after Corona
Mm,
last winter. And I was just trying to, make sure everyone's doing a mental check. That's what I wanted to make sure. And I bumped into a homeless guy that he goes around, and, sometimes he arrives to the scene quicker than the police, he says. He lives in the woods. He was a millionaire, and he lost everything when the stock market crashed. And yeah, he lost his job, he lost his house, he lost everything. And so he's been living in the woods. He survives in the woods, and he knows what he's doing, because I'll bump into him once in a while charging his phone. Um, you know, I think he gets SSI or something like that. That's the only check he gets, but
on the
he,
show?
huh?
Did you have him on the show?
I did. I had him on the show last year.
Wow, I have to see that episode.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, or maybe in May it was a year. But I happened to bump into him at the pizza shop, and he was
Wow,
just started talking to me. He said, "You got a beautiful smile." I said, "Thank you." I said, "What? How you enjoying today?" He goes, "Oh, it's just another day trying to survive." And I said, um, I offered him a piece of pizza because I just got pizza from Little Caesars, and I said, "Would you like a slice?" Excuse me. He goes, "Yes, I would love a slice." And then we just started talking. I said, "Can I get you on my show right now and interview you, and you could talk about survival?" And he was talking about on my show, like, people overdose in the woods. He saves them. He has a Narcan. Um, sometimes like people overdose at the house. He has a scanner on him. He'll go to the house, try to get there before the police to save the person. Very caring man. And you know, I say, "How do you know what to do?" And he goes, "You can find me near the river." And I said, "The river?" And he goes, "Yes, I got like a little setup." And he showed me where he lived. I didn't have it on the camera, but it was close to where I met him. And he has like a little deck on the water, and a little roof, and he washes his body through the river there in the freezing cold. I said, "Don't you see your body go into a shock?" Because I've been doing it for so long, I'm used to it. And I said, "God bless you. You're a very powerful king that is fighting his throne." And I said, "I hope one day, and you will one day, get an apartment." I'm surprised that they haven't put him in a shelter, but he doesn't want it. He said, "I've done my time working all these years. I just want to help. I feel good helping people that are in the streets." He goes, "There's so many young kids out there that are homeless that you don't even know that are homeless." And and it's sad because they want to go to school, and then they get judged because they smell, they call them dirty, things like that. So I feel like the drop off boxes where you can drop the clothes off. I feel like if someone's homeless and they're walking by one of those boxes, why not let them take some clothes for them? Because they really need it, not to go and sell it at like Salvation Army or another thrift store, because there's people that can't even afford that. And if we can have them just have access to it, I think that would be a wonderful thing.
I agree. I agree.
So is
And
there any? Go ahead.
we,
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say we need more things for the homeless as well, more shelters, more programs. Like, we need more spring into action. It shouldn't be you go down to the center and then they hold you for a day and then no, like, you know what I mean? There should be a facility that you go, a nice job program that you put in, a nice a social worker to check on your mental. It should be a whole scale to where you're living life still. It's not just like we give you a place and you fend for yourself.
Right. I totally agree. I totally agree. I feel like we need more of that. I know Motel 6, they used to have a program. You would have to live at the on the premises. I don't know if they still do it. This was when Motel 6 came around the Boston area. They used to have a program for the homeless. You would have to live in the premises of the hotel, and you would have to work on the premises. And I think that's a great program because, one, it's only a hotel room. So think about it. If you only got 5 employees, that's only 5 rooms out of 200 rooms, basically.
Right.
That's not going to damage your pockets. And, it gives them a foundation to stop, saving money, have a roof over their head so they can take a shower. The kids can go take a shower. I wish I could have an outdoor shower, and say free for anybody that need to take a shower, something like that. I know another homeless person, around the beach, they have the waters, the showers. They wait until the showers come on to take a shower. But that's sad because, during the winter, they can't do that because those showers shut down. So I feel like, the YMCA used to have it opened. You could go from, I think it was like $10 or $20 a shower. You could go and take a shower. I wish they had that more. Everything's getting taken away less and less, and it's sad because that's why their mental is going down, because it's a mental and challenge, with everything. And we need more programs. We really do. And I feel like these millionaires that have the money, they should really look into stuff like that, because that's a tax write-off at the end of the year. It's not like they're going to be losing money. It's like it's a
Right.
tax write-off.
Facts. Facts. 1000%. 1000. I think more people need to be more selfless instead of selfish.
Facts, definitely. So true. Well, is there anything else you would like to bring up that we didn't bring up, sir?
Um, no, not really. I think we touched on everything. Shout out to the gang. Again, shout out my guy Walk Down Bell. Shout out AYE. Thank you so much to all your followers and all your supporters. Thank you again to you for everything that you're continuing to do. Like I said, I'm gonna make sure I send my bro's information over to you, my big brother Prince, because I want you guys to connect. And I'm gonna definitely tap back in real soon with you because I love this show. The vibe is great. The energy is phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you. So is yours. And I look forward for your project coming out early May. Make sure you guys go cop that. Go
Yes,
check it out.
ATM, hashtag ATM. Everybody go to the ATM. So make sure y'all get ready for ATM to drop.
Yes, yes. That's early May, around Mother's Day. So definitely stay tuned with that. And God bless you. God bless your children, your family. Stay healthy. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. And my condolences to anyone that has lost anyone. Stay strong. And if you need mental help, it's out there. Don't anyone think that you don't need to get it. You can't get it. Please, really, life is too short.
Absolutely, and also remember there's nothing that you're going through that somebody else hasn't went through. So don't be afraid to be open and transparent and ask for the help. A lot of people feel like what they're going through, they're the only one going through it. So they don't want to mention it or they don't want to bring it up or people aren't going to understand. Trust me, they'll understand. Trust me, there's help and God got it. So don't be afraid to leave it all out there and let the chips fall where they may. We love you.
Yes, yes, definitely. We love everyone. So I appreciate you. Nice by the way from New York in the building.
Yep, yep.
I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Show. Everyone, go check him out. And link with him if you need a producer. He does great work, great pricing.
Yeah, anything, definitely hit me up ASAP.
Yes, yes. And make sure you go cop his project early May coming out. And everyone, it's your girl G Girl. This is interview 463 interviews I've done in 3.5 years. We are international. Make sure you go check out that artist that was just on right now. And, keep it going. Let's get it. 2022 is a big year for everyone. Let's get it.
Gang, gang.
I have international coming out in June. Shout out to DG Bob and Sightless, DJ Big Styles, and myself, and Colombian Dragon putting this project together. It's an international mixtape. We have Africa, UK, and Jamaica on here. So salute, much respect to everyone. Have a blessed weekend, healthy, and please check out that picture, everyone. That little girl is missing from New York. I'm gonna share it and tag it to you, okay,
Yes,
Mr.
please, please, definitely. I'm gonna send it to my brother ASAP.
All right, have a great day. I appreciate you coming on the Icey Show.
God bless. Stay safe.
You too. God bless everyone. Have a great night. Free the jails. Let's go.